This is, man, what's the name of my show again? I done totally forgot, and we're like just 2 minutes into it. This show is called Take Care of Yourself. You know, I know it's kind of a weird title for a show, you know, even though we're probably not going to talk about anything of taking care of ourselves. Probably everything, but no. Thanks for joining us, you know. I'm joined by Jessica today.
Hey,
Jessica
guys.
Phillips. What's going on, Jessica? How you doing?
I'm great now that I got out of that rain.
Yeah, we got like this the hurricane. Well, I guess it's like the aftermath of the hurricane that went through Florida, and I guess it did a lot of damage down there.
Oh, it has done a lot of damage, and I think it's still coming up or still moving through, or the tropical storm part for us.
Yeah, it's just going to do a lot of raining. I knew it. I knew I was going to cough. I need a cough button over here.
You need some more wine?
I was drinking it as fast as I can.
Chug it.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like right now it's sitting over South Carolina. It's going to be coming up here in North Carolina more this evening and later tomorrow. But so the basis of this podcast, Jessica, is to talk about how to take care of yourself in certain situations. So I thought like the best way to kick this off, you know, today's Friday, September 30th. We got Hurricane Ian heading up our way. So let's talk about how to take care of yourself during a hurricane, you know.
All right. Well, let's talk about food preparations, putting water in your bathtub.
Well, there's what?
Yeah, putting water in your bathtub in case the water goes out.
What
the water lines.
Okay, so what do you, is that going to be used as potable water or like
No,
just to
to help,
bathe yourself?
To help flush the toilet, bathe yourself if water goes out.
Oh, I never thought of that. Yeah, to flush the toilet.
Yep.
So you just go up there with a 5-gallon bucket and you like dip the water out of the bathtub and pour it in the top of the toilet. Huh?
Exactly. Or you could just use it to flush it. Just put it in the bowl and then it'll flush it on out.
What? If you just pour,
Yeah.
When you say the bowl, like the main bowl?
Yeah, if you pour it water, if there's no water in the top tank, that it'll just flush it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning some shit today. All right. Well, you know, in every emergency situation, whether it be tornadoes, hurricanes. Well, hurricanes is the big one because you get heads up on that. Tornadoes, not so much. But like hurricanes, everybody goes crazy and goes to the grocery store and like buys all the bread and the milk. Now, I've always wondered why. Why do you think it is? Because are people like are they eating their bread and then drinking it down with milk? Or are they making stuff with the milk? Why milk? Why not water? I mean,
you would think water makes sense. I've never quite understood that old saying of milk and bread. You don't really, if you don't have electricity, you can't cook, right? Unless you have gas. So what are you going to make, French toast?
Well, you need eggs, right? Well,
yeah.
Okay, so you need a generator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people aren't eating milk sandwiches and then washing it down with water.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that would even work, but I don't get it. That's the first thing that gets blown off the shelves is the milk, and I wish somebody had a good explanation for that. I don't know.
You would think maybe buy some peanut butter and jelly along with it so you can make sandwiches. See, I got milk for the kids, but I got beer for me. So I was like, that's essential.
That's what you would think would get blown off the shelves is the beer.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck in the house with everybody else for how long?
So let's think about it from a parent's perspective. The milk and the bread, is that for the kids? Is that the only thing they can think to feed their kids? Like long term, if there's like a food shortage for weeks.
I mean, I would rather if sandwiches. You can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can make a couple of them, I guess.
Yeah, but so how come peanut butter isn't flying off the shelves?
That's what I don't get.
Like you got to buy the food to put in the sandwich.
Yes, you do. But it's like, what I was telling the cashier yesterday, how come these people just realize that they don't have food?
Let's see what Google says about this. Why is bread and milk so important in a hurricane? Oh, I spelled hurricane wrong. Let's see if it still pops up. You buy too much milk before storm. If you're buying multiples of milk, yet fully expect your electricity to go out, there's probably an emotional rather than a practical motivation at work here. Mm-hmm. That is true because milk spoils. So if your electricity is out for a couple of days, what are you going to do with that milk?
Even a couple of hours, I think it's bad after that. You can smell the difference.
Oh, God, I don't know, man. Like, I've had milk sit in my refrigerator for like a month.
Blah.
And I just forget about it. And then I go and pour it and it just like clumps.
I
mean, that's a true story, too.
I smell it before I always drink it. I don't know how long it goes in there, but with so many people in and out of my house all the time, it's usually milk's the first thing to get out of the house, luckily.
Okay, so here we go. Bread and milk. Why do we panic buy these foods before a storm? All right, whenever severe winter weather approaches, grocery store aisles are always clear of eggs, bread, and milk. Duke University, go Duke, behavioral economist Dan Ariely said it's a matter of seeing others doing something and feeling they need to join in. If we go somewhere and we see other people buying those particular things, all of a sudden, we're even more interested in those things, he said. It's like saying the storm will be over soon and I won't be stuck in this situation for long. Clinical psychologist Judy Rosenberg told HowStuffWorks.com, so it may be fine to get bread, milk, and eggs as long as you have non-perishable foods as well. You've heard the forecast on the radio. A storm is coming. This means time to hit the grocery store for bread and milk. But why those items when they likely to spoil with a power out, like we were just saying? So it's what's the for that? Like mass.
Group thinking. I think there's a technical term, and I do have my master's in psychology, but it was a decade ago when I went. It was
mass hysteria? Or
well, it could be hysteria. Just people creating panic amongst each other.
Mm. And we saw a lot of this during the pandemic too, like with the toilet paper buying and the paper towels. It's like people are doing it, so oh my God, I got to join the bandwagon. I have to buy all the toilet paper and all the things.
They did, and I worked at Lowe's during the beginning of it, the Lowe's Hardware. People would take off their masks and their gloves to lick their fingers each bill they would pass through their hand. And I'm looking at them. What are you doing? That makes no sense. Mm-hmm. I think that's more dirty than anything else you're worried about. Oh, I don't want to touch the card machine. Let me pull off my mask, lick my finger, and then touch each bill.
Oh. God, it's so ridiculous to me, though. Like, we can talk about the pandemic and back then when so many things were being done that just did not make practical sense. And they were, like, a lot of, hypocrites out there. Like, it was like you go to Food Lion and they put up these shields in front of the cashiers to kind of separate you. And then they put all these plastic covers all over the little digits where you put your card and put your pin in. And still, how is that being effective? Because everybody is still touching that piece of plastic. And you still, even though you can like tap your card now, you still have to touch it to put your code in. It makes no sense.
Well, people who are germ freaks, see, I'm one of those people that just sits back and watches. I figure out things. I like to view and watch people. I guess people watch is what they call it. And when people first started buying soap during the beginning of the pandemic, I was thinking, why haven't you been washing your hands the whole time?
Oh.
That's another thing that blew my mind. Were you not wiping your butt or your ass the whole time?
Oh, Jesus.
And then were you not washing your hands after you did it? I do not get it.
Well, first off, to properly wipe your ass, you need to use wet wipes because...
Yes, that's true.
Wet wipes should be the new toilet paper, if you ask me, because toilet paper only has like one function, of course. Wet wipes have several functions, and it's the best tool to wipe your ass with. I'm sorry, because toilet paper, you're just smearing it.
Yeah,
yep. Yeah, totally just smearing it all over the place. Wet wipes, you're getting up in there and boom, it's like one wipe and bam,
One and
super
done.
clean, man. But yeah, that took a drastic turn.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
It's hurricane weather. People are just sitting at home not doing anything anyway.
Let-
They're
let-
thinking the same thing.
Let's listen to this. This is a YouTube video. I see bread and milk. Let's see what this is about here. It may suck. How everyone in the Northeast acts during a storm. Here, I'm gonna put it up here so you can see it.
The bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk. We gotta get the bread and milk. 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 The bread and fucking milk.
It sounds like George.
This guy's
Bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk.
Did you run over my house?
Milk. The bread and milk. The bread
He's
and
like,
milk.
okay.
Oh shit!
Oh, he's out.
Get bread and milk. The bread and milk. The bread and milk. Which way do I go to get the bread and the milk? Fucking bread and milk.
A few moments later.
Just sitting on the couch eating slices of bread and drinking milk.
Well, he's watching TV.
Oh god. Hey, for you people out there, you can't see that. Just go to YouTube and what's the name of this video? Why does everyone need to get bread and milk? Anyway, it's pretty funny. That's what I imagine people doing. Going to the grocery store, getting like, and bread is, I only eat one type of bread, and that's the Crazy Dave bread. I don't know, it's like $6 a loaf. Dave's Crazy Bread. It's so delicious. I recommend it to everybody. But the only problem is, being a single guy and living alone, I don't eat that much bread, so it always goes bad. Like, for $6 a loaf, I'm so tempted to eat molded bread. I'm like so disappointed when I pull a piece out and it's green. I'm like, oh, can I just tear that little piece off and eat it?
You could freeze bread. Why don't you like take half of the bread out of the bag and freeze the half in the bag in the freezer?
Jesus, Jessica, that's a great idea.
And mom wants them.
Wow, why didn't I ever think of that? But anyway, like bread is so expensive now, and I wish I could just sit and eat it, maybe a slice at a time for a snack. It might be a better snack though than like a Cheez-It.
I would think it, probably more healthy. It'll make you feel better, feel full longer, maybe, perhaps.
Well, if you drink it with milk, the milk would like expand in your stomach, right? And actually, milk like doesn't it coat your stomach? But if you're lactose intolerant, then what do you do during the storm?
There's milk. I got milk, the lactose free for one of the kids. They have the lactose free milk, so you can make toast if you have electricity. Toast and oatmeal with milk and bread. There we go.
Is oatmeal flying off the shelves though? That's the
Probably
thing.
not.
I don't think it is.
Beer wasn't, and that was to my surprise too.
Just the bread and the fucking milk, man. The bread and the milk. I wonder if is the milkman like really busy during hurricane season?
Yeah, are they gonna have like a deficit of milk, or the stocks going up?
Well, is there even a such thing as a milkman anymore?
I don't think so.
Did they stop that?
Well, milkman used to bring milk to your front door before refrigerators. Was that right?
I mean, so when I lived in Colorado way back when, we used to have an actual milkman.
You did?
Yes. He would bring us milk like once a week, sit it on the front porch in like a refrigerated container. And, I felt like I was fancy, and got my fancy milk from the milkman.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to go out and do it.
To this day, my son really doesn't look like me.
Milkman. The milkman struck
milkman.
again.
The milkman's at it again, damn it.
I think we went in the wrong job. Just you go be the milkman. You just go around and screwing all those moms that are stuck at home. Hey, how you doing?
I mean, were the milkmen hot, though? That's what I'm saying. Are these women just like so like hard up? They're just trying to get whatever?
Probably like an amalgam of both. Yes. They're probably like, well, you're here.
So back in the day, when I lived in Colorado Springs, I used to be a cable guy. And I would come up to some houses, and some of these women are like half dressed and like nipples hanging out of their nightgowns. And I'm like, ooh, what the fuck? I never had sex with a customer, but I came close a couple of times. Like these girls were flirting their ass off, and I'm like, okay, something goes wrong here. You know, all she got to do is report me, and I'm going to lose my job.
Oh.
But I remember a couple of occasions where I was like, oh, this is so tempted, man. Like, but I was married, too. So back then, I was straight, man.
had
Wasn't
to
doing
be.
anything like that. Wasn't cheating or anything. And it was like, man, I got to watch myself because it was so tempting. I also made a woman cry
What?
because I drilled a hole in her wall by accident. Like, it was in the wrong spot.
But
Like, I was trying to
but-
run her cable. I was trying to run her cable, and you know, you get these stud finders, and you got to find between the studs, right? To
Yeah.
Put the outlets in, and she told me the wrong spot to put the outlet. So before she was able to correct herself, I had already, you know, and started like my little drywall saw
Yeah.
cutting the hole, and then she comes back, no, that's not where I wanted it. Dude, she started crying, like called my supervisor. I was like, what the fuck, man?
all she had to do is put a little bit of spackle on it. And a patch.
Well, I mean, it's a little drywall repair, you know.
It's not. It takes what, 10 minutes for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to dry?
Fucking company probably paid for it anyway. I mean, she was just being a crybaby. That's all.
She
She was,
time for that.
yeah, they didn't have the expression Karen back then, but she
Yeah.
was a Karen before there was Karens.
Oh, let me. Oh,
Her actual name was probably Karen.
it was
so,
probably.
Yeah.
I've had some customers call me with that, and I'm like, don't you worry, we'll fix it. Just relax.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Oh, jeez. You know, so what do you do again?
I run a radon company.
A radon company.
Yeah, it's an East Coast one.
Yeah.
I just got back from a huge job in South Carolina yesterday, so I'm exhausted and my chest is hurt from all those chemicals, the volatile chemicals from a dry cleaner.
Yeah, so explain that. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, you said something about you were exposed, your chest was hurting, and I'm sitting over here across the desk from you like, oh my God, is she radioactive?
I know.
Like, do I need to go spray myself down like Rambo was in First Blood when they arrested him?
So cleaners, before they changed over to petroleum, were using other chemicals that penetrated the slab and the soil underneath the building. So it is full of chemicals. And so we go around, we put a VOC, which is like a volatile organic chemical system, where the hoses, so we pull out like all the air before it comes up through the slab from the ground and pushes it outside. I was only in that room for 5 minutes. I was just trying to stay outside after I was in there 5 minutes, and my throat was itching up. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. I've got kids at home. I got to go outside. You guys need me. I will be outside.
Oh, man. You're done having kids, right?
Yeah, well,
Because you have another one, it might come out with like 5 hands or like one finger. Or
maybe 10 fingers on one
Oh,
hand.
my goodness.
Yeah, I realized that, and I told a few of my friends, I'm like, can you please make sure that I wear a mask next time? I'll learn my lesson eventually.
Yeah. Like, really, that's a reason you really need to wear a mask.
Yeah, that's, I
mean-
think, yeah, one of my buddies is like, I got you some masks. I'm like, thanks. I realized I actually have to wear them. I'll be the only one wearing them, but I'm the only one that had kids.
Oh, boy.
I'm the only one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's another thing, too. You know, you got kids during the hurricane. You have to take, like, extra precautions because they're probably going to be out of school for a couple of days. And they probably need bread and milk.
Well, that's what they do. I mean, you have to get food that doesn't have to be microwaved and whatever. You know, they're at their dad's house, so I don't have to worry about that right now.
No, you're see, another reason for you to be milk and bread free.
Yeah,
And to have the refrigerator full of beer.
fill of beer.
Yeah.
That'll. If I woke up like on my birthday, I hope someone does this for me. I wake up and my fridge is full of beer. I would be so happy.
Oh, my God. She just threw that out there, folks. You got to, yeah, I wouldn't, no, I'm not going to throw your address out there. Jessica needs beer, folks. What's your favorite beer?
There you go. My favorite beer is definitely it's a North Carolina beer.
Oh, so it's like IPA? Something
No,
like that?
it's not. It's a Bulgarian. It's Red Oak. I love
Oh,
Red
Red
Oak.
Oak.
The first time I
Yeah.
had a beer with you, I drank a Red Oak, and then I think we had a conversation about it.
I mean, we probably did.
Yeah, we were both drinking a lot that day.
Kind of weird how we met, you know. I was at the Carolina Ale House in Wake Forest, just sitting there looking pathetic at the bar by myself. And I think you were sitting to my right with one of your friends, a couple of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And, I usually don't talk to people when I'm at the bar. I used to just sit there in my own little bubble and remain isolated. But you had an issue with your salad. It didn't come out. And
No.
I ordered one too, and I was like, what in the hell is going on? How come we haven't got our salads? Then you finally got yours, and I'm like, well, that's how our whole conversation started. And then look at us. Now we're here.
Yeah, see?
Boom.
You meet people no matter where you go. It's just like, I think it's our personality types. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. One of my friends, Miss Rosie, and my roommate Matthew. Miss Rosie is 79 now.
Ooh.
I am not 79. I'm 36. But most of my friends are older because they're so wise.
36? I'm like 10 years older than you, woman.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I can't. I wish I
God.
could. I wish I could press that applause button, but my birthday's next month.
Man, I decided to say, because, I decided to say, fuck it. I was the guy that was, like, dyeing my hair and fucking just fermenting my beard. And fuck it, man. I don't care. It does make me look older, though. Like, if I dye my hair brown and my beard brown, yeah, it probably takes off about 5 years, I think. But now I look like I'm 50 and I'm only 46.
You look.
Fuck.
I have gray hair, too, and I was
It's
going
different
to
for
dye
women.
it.
You don't look like you're, like, in your 40s, though.
I'm not in my 40s. I'm
I
in my
know.
30s.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is that most people try to hide it, and I think I earned those gray hairs. Damn it!
Well, even though you earned them, do you want to showcase them?
Not really.
Is it like a trophy?
No, that's
case?
why I tried to put some color in there. I got some blue that I obviously washed out.
Look, this one is for my service in the military. This one's for my daughter's 15th birthday. This one's for my daughter's 18th birthday. Oh, it's like a trophy case over here.
It is, and the way I grew up, I was never thinking I'd make it this far in my life. I really thought I would have already had an accident. Come on, I've jumped out of planes. The things I've done.
You're a wild child.
I am so surprised that I've made it to 36. So maybe that's why I like my gray hairs. They're not a lot, but
I'm coming to terms with mine. And I'm torn because some women most women are like, I love the gray hair. It looks so distinctive, and I'm like, man, fuck distinctive. I want to look young, but I'm coming to terms with it. It's
you
all
look
good.
good, Mike. You know you do. You look just fine.
Is it hot in here? She's taking off her clothes, folks.
I'm not taking. I was taking off my sweater, and it's wet.
You did.
It's wet. My sweater's all wet.
So the studio is traditionally kind of warm. It really
there you
is. I think it's the small area and the talking, and I think I might have the heat on, actually.
Yeah, I think the heat is on.
Yeah.
The heat
okay.
is on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do that. Fuck.
Well, you should.
All right.
I was thinking we got to get that. What is that? What is it one? Let's get this party started. No, take off all your clothes.
LMFAO? No. Wait, what is that one?
I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes
off. It is. Oh, that's Nelly.
Yes,
Nelly.
Nelly.
I just saw Nelly like 2 weeks ago. He was
You
at
did?
Blue Ridge Rock Festival. Yeah.
Oh, how was that? Tell me.
It was awesome. It was awesome, except for the fact that I caught that flu B crap. Yeah. I thought it was COVID, but I came home and got tested. I tested myself twice just to make sure, and I was negative. But everybody, a plethora of people got sick from that trip.
Everyone is sick around here lately too.
Yeah. Like, this cough is killing me. So I had COVID back in November 2020. I wished for death. It was like, if I'd have died, I'd have been happy.
Wow.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, it sucked that bad. There was a time where I would take a shower and I just laid in the bottom of the bathtub in the fetal position, like coughing. It was worse than the flu, and I had the flu and thought I was gonna die.
Oh wow.
But I didn't get to the point where I had to go get hospitalized or anything like that. But I got it. I felt the symptoms the Sunday after Thanksgiving and didn't fully get over it until probably late February. So
It jacked you up.
it rolled with me throughout, like 3-4 months. Excuse me. But, I really think catching it did something to me. Like, maybe like a permanent thing. Because a lot of, I've had some physical ailments, especially with nerves since then. Like nerves in my back. I feel like I've lost a lot of strength in my chest because of nerve issues. And, I had to go see a chiropractor and get that all fixed, and still struggling to get that back. But, yeah, it's just kind of weird, man.
So some like radon, for instance, it alters your DNA.
Shit, like how?
Well, it reconstructs it. It damages your DNA. So I'm thinking, I'm not a biologist, so maybe it some way alters some types of DNA or the way your muscles. I don't know. There's got to be something on there on that web that tells us a little more.
Okay, so I'm reading on radon right now because I'm kind of curious. So this is the shit you work with.
Yeah.
Radon is a chemical element with the symbol Rn and an atomic number 86. It is a radioactive, colorless, odorless, tasteless, noble gas. So that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. So we could be in it right now, and we wouldn't even know it.
Well, we're on the second floor. The second floor wouldn't be as bad as the main floor.
Oh, so
But
we're sort of kind of safe up here.
Well, it's safer than we'd be on a downstairs, yes. If you have it.
It occurs naturally in minute quantities as an intermediate step in the normal radioactive decay chains through which thorium and uranium slowly decay into various short-lived radioactive elements and lead. Mm-hmm. Radon itself is immediate decay product of radium.
Yes, it is. And uranium from this underneath the ground.
What would cause it, though? Like, it's probably not underneath the ground I live on, right?
It could be anywhere. Anywhere. It's so, you know how they have those underwater canals that water moves no matter where under?
Yeah.
Comes through water. Sometimes it comes through the decomp of different types of rocks.
So it could actually be in the water table where people are getting their well water from.
We see that it does. The people test for it, and then we do systems to clean out the water. Because think about it, if you have a well system with high radon, then that's usually the only place you'll find it out in the country. Sometimes is the every time you shower, every time you run your dishwasher, your clothes in the washing machine, all of the RDPs, the radon decay particles, are up and released in the air.
So how do you take care of yourself against radon? Like, how do you know if you have it? What's some symptoms?
Well, you don't
radon poisoning or something.
It's the number one killer, cause for cancer of non-smokers. Radon. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, so it kills more people than I think. I don't know the statistic, but you don't know you had it. My mom was coughing a lot when she moved into her house, and it sounded like, okay, well, let me bring a monitor over. And I tested, and her levels are sky high. Sky high. So if you're like coughing, you get an asthma, you feel itchy in your throat every time you're home, that's why I would get it tested.
Oh my God. So radon is a major cause of lung cancer. Mm-hmm. It is estimated that radon causes between 3% and to 14% of all lung cancers in the country, depending on national average radon level and smoking prevalence. Mm-hmm. An increased rate of lung cancer was first seen in uranium miners exposed to very high concentrations of radon. So if you smoke and you get radon cancer, you're pretty much fucked.
It's a double.
Double whammy.
So for smoking, I took my mitigation class. I'm nationally certified. Smoking puts those particles already in there, and then the decay products hang on to those particles from the tobacco and everything in there. So it's like a double stick.
No, hold on a second now, Jessica. So cancer.gov seems to dispute with you here. They say cigarette smoking is the most common cause of lung cancer.
Against non-smokers, though. I said non-smokers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You did. How about that? Fuck me, folks. Bam! She just shot me in the face. All right. Okay, let me read this. You're right. This is cigarette smoking is the most common cause of lung cancer. Radon represents a far smaller risk for this disease, but it's the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. Scientists estimate that 15,000 to 22,000 lung cancer deaths in the United States each year are related to radon. Okay.
That's a high number. That's more than drownings and like I don't know if it's drunk driving too or.
Ooh, I think a lot more people get killed from drunk driving. You think?
I don't know. So, let's find out. Let's find out. We can go to the radonaway.org or I think it's gov. And I
have to be my own producer here, so I have to do all this shit on my own. Pardon the noise here, the white noise. Yeah, dude. Total. So 2019 is as far back as they go. Well, let me click this here.
So EPA says about 21,000 lung cancer deaths per year are responsible from radon. That's a lot.
That's a fucking lot. Drunk driving accounts for over 10,000 deaths a year. Oh, okay. So radon does account for more. How
Then
about that?
drunk driving and drowning combined.
I am shocked by that number. I'm thinking like deaths caused by the drivers to innocent people. Drunk drivers also getting killed.
Yep.
I mean, I'm glad the number is just 10,000 as opposed to being higher, but I thought it was going to be higher actually.
Well, my grandma and my aunts died in a car wreck from a guy who was drunk driving.
Oh wow!
So
Sorry
yeah,
about
it was before I was born. I actually still wear her wedding ring
that. Oh, nice on your pinky.
on my pinky. It says she's my angel. She's always nearby. I know she is.
Yeah. You know, here's a note to people out there listening to get off on that subject for a minute. Do not buy rings off of Amazon. Because I bought a pinky ring and it turned my finger brown. It was like blue. I had to take it off. Like, I mean, not now. I haven't wore it in a while, but I pulled it off and it was blue. I was like, what the fuck?
You just put clear nail polish on the inside. But this
Dude.
is real.
You're like so full of like useless knowledge.
I read a lot. So I am one of those closet nerds that just can sit there and read and read and read and read and read and read.
Yeah.
I have like 3 books I'm currently reading on right now. One's Radium Girls.
Radium Girls?
It was the creation of, Madame Curie is the one who discovered radium. So it's basically about them trying to figure out how radium came about. It's pretty cool. And then I'm reading one for book club. Oh, what is it called? Something.
Nobody discusses book club.
You can't.
You can't discuss book club.
That's true. I don't like the book though.
That's
We can't be
number
doing
one,
that.
That's the number one rule of book club.
We can't be doing
discuss
that.
it.
And then there's another one. Anyway, I like to read.
Yeah. So I like to read sometimes, but I'm more of an Audible type book guy.
Yeah.
I've listened to a lot of books on audio. It's just not the same, I guess, because I guess when you read, you are more likely to, saturate that knowledge in your brain as far as than listening to it. But I've listened to some really good books, though, and, retained some of the information from them. Not a lot, but I don't know. I can't sit still for like 3 hours or an hour and read. I feel like I'm wasting time or something. I could be doing something else. Could be on my computer, like.
That's why you read. Well, that's why I like to read a lot of like biographs or like historical stuff. Mm-hmm. And I also take medication to sit still.
Really? So tell me about this medication.
Keep out of my purse.
I'll be right back. Well, here's some key insights from this website I pulled up on DUI. So it's like 25.8% of adults reported binge drinking in the last month. Damn, I'm probably one of that 25%.
What is considered binge drinking? What is the definition of binge drinking?
Yeah, you just like, because, when you binge a Netflix show, you're just sitting there watching episode after episode, I can't stop, I got to go to the next one.
But how many is considered binge drinking? So let's see here. Binge drinking definition. Drinking is defined as, this is from the CDC.
Okay.
Binge drinking.
They're all facts.
Not that. Binge drinking is defined as drinking 5 or more drinks on an occasion or 4 or more drinks from it. So apparently I do binge drink and I wasn't aware.
5 or more. You know what?
For a man. And I only get 4.
I don't think I'm a binge drinker then because like last night I only had 3. And the night before that I only had like 4. So I just missed it.
No, you binge drink the other day. When I came to meet you at the ale house.
Oh man, that was something else.
Yeah, well I had one and I was like, well damn, I can't drink any more than that and drive home.
I'm a different human being, Jessica.
Well, you're full of muscle. I'm not full of muscle, and I'm not a man, so maybe that's probably what it is.
I know. I'm ashamed to say it. I think my body's just used to it.
Oh well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Test. It's like working out in the gym. You train. Your body adjusts. You get stronger. You drink. Your body adjusts. It becomes more alcoholic.
I don't say you're an alcoholic.
No, I'm not an alcoholic.
I don't know. Maybe
far from it, but
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the amount of What were you drinking then? What was it? Like a Bud Light? Alcohol content could have been different too.
Yeah, I mean, the other night, I was drinking those tall Mick Ultra drafts. Oh, the Ale House has.
So
the
that's
soy
right
sauce
there.
in
Those
it.
have really low alcohol content.
And it still hits me. So I guess my alcohol tolerance isn't that great.
Yeah, see, there you go. I had a Red Oak, and it's higher
Yeah.
alcohol intake. I read everything, obviously.
Yeah.
I read about everything. So
So there's 300 million Americans. All right. So that's, I think, somewhere approximately 300 million people in the United States. So what's 30% of that?
300 million. I don't know. 300,000.
300,000. We need Alexa here now, but she would help. But roughly, it's got to be maybe about 300,000.
Yeah.
So over 30% of Americans admitted to driving after. I'm sorry. Yeah, over 30% of Americans admitted to driving after drinking in the last month. So that's a lot of motherfuckers, dude. I mean,
That is.
yeah. 80% of drunk driving incidents involve men behind the wheel, and 20% of drunk trips is undertaken by someone aged between 26 and 29. That's an interesting statistic right there, because I know a lot of people my age that still do it.
Yeah, well, I think people are always going to do it. It's just if they get caught is what teaches them a lesson, in all honesty.
Wow. Okay, every day 29 people die in car crashes caused by drunk driving.
Well,
That's 1 in 3 deaths on the road. Okay, so
that's scary.
29. I don't think the math's going to work here. Because what did they say? Over 10,000 deaths a year from drunk driving?
So if there's 29 times 365.
Oh, yeah, you're doing it? Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. All right, so 29 times 365. That is 10,000.
10,585.
Yeah.
I guess they wouldn't put this in here to, like, go against their math already. So, wow, that's a crazy number.
That is 29, and then those are all preventable. They could just have an Uber. As much as some people don't want to take an Uber or Lyft and be stubborn, I don't know who I'm referring to.
That's because damn Ubers are, like, so expensive now. Holy
They
shit.
weren't.
Now they are.
Now, well, I think
Nuts.
they change pricing on the time of day and which day it is of the week. I think. I could be wrong, but I've realized that.
Dude, I got off the website where we were doing our hurricane shit. Where did it go? Oh no, I screwed up. Hold on, let's see here. I'm still searching. Yeah, oh, no. Wow, I totally, I don't know what I did here. This is why I need a producer, somebody that can handle this shit for me.
There you go. Hey, we got a
I
shout
mean-
out. Anyone want to come help us out here?
Well, so getting back to how to survive a hurricane, it was you need like flashlights and and a lot of batteries.
Batteries, yes.
So what are we powering with these batteries besides flashlights?
Nothing else takes batteries. Well, they used to have batteries and radios, but I don't even think they make radios anymore.
I think this statistic's meant more for women.
They don't have batteries in toys anymore.
No, it's like all like rechargeable stuff, right?
Yeah, it is
Plug-ins?
all. I do not change one battery in anything.
Oh no! But what you gonna do if the power goes out? You
Well,
better have a retro toy.
Well, I have that. Did I not bring you the phone charger?
Oh. Oh, so you got to make sure that's charged
Yeah.
up and ready to rock
Yes.
before, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, if we're going to be out of power for a week, I'm single, and so right there. Well,
Y'all are in a bad spot. Man, well, yeah, women don't really need something with power.
they don't. They just need an appropriate person, and then I have yet to find that appropriate person.
No, you can use like, if push comes to shove, you can just use like a cucumber or a zucchini or an eggplant. That's the fucking common emoji for a penis.
Yeah, but
Or-
it's got pesticides, and who else knows what's on that?
Just clean it. Like, wipe it down.
Yeah, you can try that, but I'm not putting that.
Like, wipe it down in your water you saved in the bathtub. Like,
I'm not
put some
chancing.
soap on it.
Well, you don't have any STDs, but you've got some pesticides present. What the?
I'm just saying, most men don't have a battery-powered hand.
No,
I mean, we all
I
need
don't.
that,
You guys don't.
And what's that other thing called?
Fleshlight.
Fleshlight.
Yeah, the fleshlight.
That's 2 birds in 1 stone
Yeah.
right there. I mean, finish jerking off and you can shine your light. Hey,
Where is this going?
how do I get back to the bedroom? That's just awesome.
But yeah, well, you get. I don't think it's for. I don't know. Every woman is different. I guess I've never thought of putting a fruit up my vagina. I will tell you that. I have never been like, ooh, look at that banana.
Well, first off,
it was
I
more
think-
of like looking. I see, yeah, that's this beautiful guy. I'm like, I can go sit on his lap.
I don't really think it's necessarily fruit. Maybe mostly vegetables.
But mostly
vegetables. Like an eggplant is a vegetable, right? It's not like one of the
Yes,
surprise
but
fruits.
that's huge. Like those can be like good, like 10 inches in diameter. How would that? I would never walk
Oh.
right after that.
I got a picture I'll show you here of this zucchini. Yeah, zucchini I grew in the garden way back when by accident. It just fucking appeared, and I went and pulled it, and it's probably not in my picture, so I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'll show it to you. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh my god.
See? Do you see that? I would not walk white for a very long time. It would be like, no way.
I
No
think
way.
This picture is just it's the way I have it close to the camera. It's like when people try to make the fish they catch look bigger. They hold it like really close.
Ah.
But it was still big though.
Yeah, but you look at the size of your face and next to that. That's like twice the length of your
Bro.
face.
That's like bigger than a baby arm.
It is a baby.
Bigger
arm.
than a baby arm. Wow, that's just crazy. But yeah, I would think a banana. A banana's too rigid, and it seems to me like it's sharp too at the end. Like
yeah.
a zucchini and eggplant's a little rounder. You can, yeah,
round-ish or
round.
Oh.
You got to pull the big cord off. You got to cut the umbilical cord on it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. I can't believe I just said that one. Ooh, talk about making it weird. All right, where were we at?
Welcome back to your
Right.
podcast, Mike, after a
how-
little hiatus.
To survive a hurricane.
So maybe sandbags on the beach. What they do is they put a whole bunch of sandbags in front of garage doors so they don't get flooded in on the coast. So I don't know if that's really going to help at this point for most of the coast.
No, I don't think so. But well, I really don't think it's going to be that bad for North Carolina. Florida really got hammered already. I saw some of the footage on the news channels, and yeah, but you know, I'm still going to move to Florida one day.
There you go. I'll come visit
Hurricane
you.
parties, come
There you
on
go.
down.
I would come. I'd come for that. The fridge full of beer. Yes.
Okay. Fridge full of Red Oak. Have you ever been to the Red Oak facility?
One time, and
Yeah.
it was the best beer I've had on my life. It was so amazing and fresh because they don't filter. It's non-filtered beer.
None.
So it just came. It was beautiful.
Beautiful. I've never been there. I mean, I like Red Oak. I'll drink pretty much just about anything, but
Road trip.
I pass that place every time I go to Charlotte, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop there one day.
Road trip.
I kind of just want to check it out and see like what it's all about.
They have food inside. It looks like I would say like a night table. Like it's got all the banners. It looks really amazing. If it wasn't hurricaning, if it wasn't a hurricane outside and the wind wasn't so bad, we would just go right now. Just like, let's get in the car, let's go.
So this is weird. So I'm looking at Weather Whiz Kids, weather information for kids, and this is how it's telling kids to stay safe during a hurricane. Prepare your home, prepare your vehicle. Okay, so kids have vehicles.
They do.
Stay informed, stock up. That's your bread and milk right there.
Yeah, bread milk.
Have an evacuation plan. Okay, but wouldn't you be evacuated already if you're like in the eye of the storm, the main path? Create a communication plan. Here's a good one right here because all kids have these. Important documents. Make copies.
Yeah, the kids have copiers and they have access to their I have everything in my safe.
Oh, you got to review your insurance policies too if you're a kid. Help your neighbors, of course. Yes, we want to help our neighbors. And last but not least, don't forget about your pets because those pets are important.
They are.
Yeah. Well, look, Jessica, we're going to wrap it up with our first episode of what's it again? Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. I'm Mike, and I want to thank my guest Jessica for being in studio, and we'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, Mike, for having me.